Hi and welcome to Tech Talks on Tuesdays. My name is Brian, your tech friend, and today I'm going to do a very quick comparison of the Motorola G9 Plus and the Motorola G5G Plus. Okay, so both of these are called pluses, and of course this has got 5G, which just is in the title, and this has not. What I'm going to do is like a comparison of the pluses on each phone so you can make a quick assessment of which phone to buy. So let's just start off with that size comparison. Okay, so you can see they're almost identically or the same tall height, and you can see that the G5G Plus is a bit more narrow. Okay. Tech Talks on Tuesdays. So I'm going to talk about the pluses of the G9 first compared to this phone. Okay, so the pluses of the G9 is, of course, it has got a bigger screen. It also has somewhat, just a tiny fraction of better sound. Only one speaker though, firing at the button from both of these phones. Then this one has got 128 gigs of storage, whereas this only's got 64 gigs of storage. Both of these phones got 4 gigs of RAM. Again, what the G9 Plus also has that's slightly better than this one is its back camera. This is a 64 megapixel camera, whereas this is only a 48 megapixel camera. And actually this time it shows, especially for video shots, you can see this is just a little bit better nuanced. And also you can see it also in the stills, of course. Yeah, so that's actually all the pluses that are for the G9 Plus. For the rest of the video, these phones are pretty much equal besides the things I point out now, where this phone, the G5G Plus, is better, okay? First of all, this got a somewhat bigger Snapdragon CPU and just makes it a wee bit bigger faster in every movement. And where a place where this is actually seen is when you video record, where this one actually has, when you move about, if you're recording video, you can see this one just tends to blur. Sometimes you just can't really try to figure out what's really going on when you're shooting in 4K. So it just blurs stuff areas out for some periods of time, whereas this one is always on focus, but it has absolutely no stabilization whatsoever, the 5G, whereas this seems to have just some. So none of these phones are really something you're going to be moving about and filming video with. I must say that you will stick them standing on something and then you can try and film videos with these two guys. Where the G5G is also better is because it is just that more narrow. I just think it's a better fit in my hand or any person's hand really, besides if you're a basketball player. Yeah, so that is just lovely. The G5G Plus also has a 5 megapixel macro camera, whereas this only has 2 megapixel camera, and that of course just makes for better macro shots, as well as a very significant feature, I should say, the selfie cams, because you have, let me just show you this. On the 5G Plus you actually, I don't know if you can just make it out, you have two, let's just try and press this. You have two selfie cameras, look at the very top. Okay, and that's a wide and a super wide. So, and whereas you only have one on this one, and this one is actually, it's so bad, I should say, it's so bad that it's actually a reason to not buy this phone. If your selfie camera means anything to you, you should not buy this phone. It's some of the worst I've tried in a long while. Really poor. Just both for video and photos, okay? Whereas this one you have two choices and they are actually performing okay, both of them. Both of the phones have fingerprint buttons and unlock features on the side of the phones. There's also doubles as a power button, by the way, and I think it works very well. It also has this double tap feature. This double tap feature, where it opens these little sign-mounted shortcuts. I really like, of course, all the Moto features like the double slash to light the torch, and you have the wrist turn to like activate the camera, and then the selfie camera and stuff. And I like these Moto actions a lot. That's really something I like about the Moto G series. And then again, I would just like to state out that this CPU inside of this one is actually faster than the Samsung A71 as well as the Samsung A72. So just to let you know, this is a pretty fast phone, this one. Okay, one final thing, both these phone screens don't light up super much, but the viewing angles are very good. But just if you're like a summer person, these are not like super bright. And that concludes my tech talks on Tuesdays as to these two phones, the Moto G9 Plus and the Moto G 5G Plus. Hope I helped you in the buying decision. If I have, please do press subscribe and like this video. And I'll see you next week with some other phones.